I want to reference something we just saw but didn't point out. Right before our aerial shots went away, you might have seen the periodic flash of a green laser. Often, and we've seen this in protests, especially in Asia, some in France and parts of Europe, protesters have used lasers to blind any facial recognition police technology, or generally to try to blind and dissuade approaching police officers. I fear in this case, when you aim it at an aircraft, it can be highly disorienting. The laser beam fractures inside the cockpit and it creates such a reflection. It is very hard for pilots to do their job and keep their orientation. So I'm just wondering aloud if that's what happened to our aerial shot, or if the MPD just said police helicopter, television helicopters should clear the airspace. Ali Velshi is outside the storefront we see right there, fully involved. Ali?
Yeah, and so just to give you a sense of positioning, this smoke shop, then there's a liquor shop, then there's the street, and the police station is right across the road. So we're 500 feet from the front of the police station. There are fires burning in different directions around me. There's another fire over there. You can see from the aerial shots. And to your point a moment ago, I have seen lasers in the last few minutes. I don't know what they're doing. Now, just you were talking about traffic around here. This street right here is open. There's no police presence, as Morgan said. There's no one stopping anybody. Barricades were put up on certain streets around the area, but it doesn't matter because people just move the barricades. There's no police. There continue to be unconfirmed reports on social media about the National Guard being activated to do certain things tonight in this city. But that would have to be a very big decision. And given what has happened strategically, I see some debris flying around here. Given that we've seen that strategically, that the police have for the last few hours decided to disengage. They had not engaged with this crowd for many hours today. Then when the perimeter of the police station was breached, they came out and fired the gas canisters and the crash bangs. They retreated. I'm sure they're gone from that building, long gone from that building. Don't know how they got out, but they're gone. And this is what's left. So this fire, as you predicted, has gone through the roof. It's now gone through the rafters. It's connected to the buildings next to it. So this block is now essentially on fire, and there's nothing to be done about it. There are no fire department engines. There was one a block and a half away about an hour and a half ago with the fire that was over there. They were not able to accomplish much, as Morgan was able to say. They had to wait till the crowd left before they could do anything, and that building had burned out by that time. So at that point, this is now what's happening. In South Minneapolis, there's an entire block basically on fire, and half of the block next to it. That's after 3 blocks last night right next to it have burned, and there is no police presence, there's no National Guard presence, and there are no fire engines here, Brian.
And Ali, a reminder, when the National Guard arrives, think of how they present to the crowd. They traditionally arrive on Humvees. They arrive when they're dismounted, wearing camo. That can be a very aggressive look, even though up until yesterday, they were all at home living their lives in the middle of a pandemic with their families. And now to serve in this, 500 of them will come together in this effort.
Yeah, and I think this is an important point. There's a difference between activating the National Guard in the interest of public safety, which has to be done, and National Guard members in full outfit arriving in militarized vehicles here. I think there is a strategic decision on the part of the fire department and the police department and the state that may not be the right thing to do. But that's the hard thing to watch. It's a hard thing to watch, public property burning down and this being uncontrolled. This is exactly what we think order is supposed to be like. But there's no order right now in the streets. There's a lot of movement coming our way. A lot of movement coming our way. Something has happened, and people are running away from the police station. Typically, when you see that kind of running, it indicates gas canisters, but I hear what sounds like a low-flying helicopter. No, that's not it. I don't know what it is, Brian. This happens every now and then. You see the crowd, a bunch of people running away for some reason. Again, it tends to be gas canisters, but there's no police presence. So we haven't had gas. I haven't had to put this mask on in an hour because there's no police around here. Since the beginning of the show, when we first had gas, that was the last police presence we've had in the neighborhood.
Hey there, I'm Chris Hayes from MSNBC. Thanks for watching MSNBC on YouTube. If you want to keep up to date with the videos we're putting out, you can click subscribe just below me or click over on this list to see lots of other great videos.